that you will hold a posture for a period of time, and he cited 30 minutes, and his understanding was that you will use that in order to maybe stimulate a healing, some type of healing. Could you share why? Because everything you said is about movement and dialogue and conversations, but then also there are times when you will employ stillness. Would you share
Yeah,
that,
so
please?
Andrew, for just for the listeners, I on the one way I'm saying I'm only playing, I'm doing whatever, but there is actually a kind of clear structure to the principles, right? That follow biology, that follow physics, etc. So it's not completely lost. It is well based on a certain type of science and certain type of philosophy, and so there is a certain structure. So we have kind of two. Well, there is more, but I will simplify. Let's say this is not a structure of our teaching, but we can say that we are interested in what's the effect of your communication on your physiology, echoing effect, right? That's a one part. We call it the zero forms. Zero would mean zero entropy. Zero would mean no discrepancy between you and the world. So it's kind of perfect state, which we never can achieve. So zero forms is dealing with past and present. And movement situations are those games that are dealing with predictions of how I could simulate the life as if live in order to act better and with more informational reservoir in the future. They complement each other, and they are now separated in our discussion only because of the clarity for listeners to understand. So zero forms is to understand the effect on your physiology. The way you think, the way you act, the way you perceive has certain effect on your physiology. How costly it is for you to maintain yourself in homeostasis through the relations and through your understanding of the world, right? And when I need to receive that, when I'm sampling my internal states, right? When I'm sampling what's going on in my physiology, I'm using different type of questioning. One central question is reflection, means I need to locate you, I need to understand what's going on. It's kind of internal pondering, right? This could be defined as what? This could be defined as stillness. Then there is a joints articulation in zero form. Joints articulation basically deals with architectural intelligence. Can we discover the evolutionary architectural intelligence of our bodies, of our particular phenotype? Then we are studying in zero forms how the energy in kind of energy in the sense of physics, not in energy in the sense of kind of esoterical power, but how what are your synergies, means how the energy travels, how information and energy travels through your body in order to move in a synergetic, harmonic way, right, without graining and destroying your joints. Then we are questioning if you can use that body in a novel way, which calls improvisation. And then we have a last part of zero forms, which deals with the voice, with how do you sound in it. It means I really work with the voice sometimes for people, actors, public speakers, people that need a healing through sounding or understanding better of themselves through sound, but also in general as a principle, how do we sound? And so stillness or less visible movement, so to say, can allow me to see how your biotensegrity structure works, where you are holding tensions, means that where your structure is collapsing, where there is missing tonality. So I'm using that minimal movement to understand how do you collapse, where the energy leaks or where the energy stagnates, which again, not in esoteric way, but in a way that you can actually see where people collapse, where there is missing tonality. So I would observe then that. And this particular really tough practices, because some of the stillness practicing are excruciating, they're painful in some way. They are telling me if you have engaged in past, your connective network, means whatever you want to call it, fascia, or that informational network, and small muscles that do not age that fast, muscles that do not require as much oxygen in order to keep doing their work, means that how potentiated it is your structure, how metastable it is, how it can constantly kind of reconfigure itself. This is this practice where we stand for not 30 minutes. With people that When I was younger, I was more crazy. I would let people to work 1.5 hour, no movement, and people would be fainting, and people would go like, "I hate this shit. What I do, like is a great filter. Like make people not do anything for 1.5 hour to observe their actual mirror, and they will explode like a bomb. So you can see very interesting processes when you work with
Powerful
minimum.
job interview, Joseph.
What?
A powerful job interview.
Yeah, yeah, it's
You want to
great.
really see who they are, mate? Go stand in the corner for an hour and a half with your arms out like that'd be brilliant. You know those Google people talk about the legendary Google job interviews, and they have these complex questions. They come to Fighting Monkey, and you just say, "Go stand in the corner."
Just
And then
stand and give it yourself. Yes. So it's
sorry to
someone said,
interrupt.
no, no,
Sorry to
no.
interrupt. Back
Someone
to where you
said,
were at to.
someone said, Joseph, do you really want to throw every client away from you? Is this what you're trying to do? Um, you know what was so nice about our development of our practice is that we've been long time in academia. So if I have one person that loves me, or everyone, or no one, or it didn't matter, because we were in kind of a good playground, academical playground, when I don't care of my commercial success. And imagine the most of my life I was in that kind of area where I didn't have to impress anyone as a auditorium. I didn't have to come up and say, Joseph is so intelligent, or you should do this workshop, or I would be selling myself. I didn't have to sell anything. And it was very important for my personal integrity, because I was playing. If I did more or better, no one gives a shit. It's
Yeah.
still the same salary. It's still the same university or academia or academic, whatever. So that was very important, that I didn't have to commercialize anything or simplify it or anyway. You follow me or you don't follow me, and if you don't follow me, I don't care. Do the job that needs to be done. If you need to read 10 books, read 10 books. You just need to go through them, and I will be helpful to you. But if you're not willing to put that energy, I don't care. And it's not like I'm losing clients and I don't have money afterwards. So that was really, really important for us. There was no opportunity for corruption in a way. I do not have to make it likable. And it kind of filtrated then into that current state where we are mainly working with people from outside this closed group.
What a beautiful core to come from. That sense of liberation that most of us carry on our shoulders. I hope they like me. I hope they come back. I need the money.
Yeah, no, but I think that many people talk to me about that, Joseph, how I can be teaching it and people are liking it. But I was always teaching because I was interested in it. If you like it or not, that's your problem. If you're an artist and you make a performance to be successful, well, what a misery. You're a sculptor and you make a sculpture and you want that everyone loves it. No, you're doing it because if you would not do it, you would die. You have this absolutely internal urge. You need to do that. That's a little bit where I was. And then you like it, I'm so happy. You don't like it, I'm so happy. You are so, I'm so happy, because I am solving, my own desires somehow. So I kept that, and we kept that, and somehow it works for us. People do not know what we are doing. They say it's funny that we have created this beautiful name, Fighting Monkey, And when I created it, I was so proud of myself. Fighting monkeys, working with our mind that is always talking. There was this great philosophy behind it. I kind of borrow it from the East. The mind works like a monkey, pig, and a horse. And then as time goes on, people, the doctors, they would say, I hate to crawl, because they do this kind of monkey stuff. Then martial artists, they would go, what is that bullshit? They don't do martial arts. And then there would be some kind of, everyone would have suddenly problem with the title. So I realized, okay, that's not a problem. That's actually good, because it creates a filter.
The right people will come.
Yeah, you have to look a little bit beyond, okay, it's a fighting monkey. I can imagine the doctor says, yeah, I don't want to go with monkeys. And then martial artists are looking for some kind of martial art style there, but there is no martial art. Martial art has no role there. Of course, I'm interested in martial art. I do martial art until yesterday, right? And I probably keep on doing them, but they are not the base of all that practice. So it's interesting how the name can already turn off people.
Yeah.
Maybe I should call it my method. I should call Jozef Frucek method. That would be really funny.